I imagine a future where I can be Doki Doki. They're so cute. Oh my goodness. I see an annoying girl running towards me. From the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl, Sayori, being my neighbor and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you know you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me after like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say it like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But if you did wait for me after all, I'll wait. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean to even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Ihi. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets became increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I was worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years, just because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise yourself to try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Oh shit, what did I do? Oh. Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. Yeah. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I even know it. I pack up my things, stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but you were just sitting in here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you that late to your own club. Well, I thought you need some encouragement, so I thought I'd let you know. You know what? Well, that you could come to my club, Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Mimi. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club, since she was the first to show interest in it. After the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Ehe. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or she's just so cunning as to have planned this all out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay! Let's go. Or yes, whatever. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open a classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1, welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori has always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Tess, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her figure makes it look like she's a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears to be comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's impossible. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Tess. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were both in the same class last year. Monica was probably one of the most popular girls in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Aww. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and the little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. That sounds so cute. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full, already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this one before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but it's not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss this conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hey, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So it made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged in here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any club yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. I'm gonna take a screenshot. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As the president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member or for any of the major clubs. Weren't you able to debate club? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and the publicity and how to prepare for events. I'm reading. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we all can grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. That's why they were so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how I've read the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke up without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story with such foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp for something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to a whole nother world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes stare over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing makes me more than just confident. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Yui feel more comfortable. What the hell? And help Natsuki feel more comfortable to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. She looks so stupid. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now we even have a new member. I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one more problem. What's that? Now that we're back in the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made that decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All the girls look at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if I'm writing poems, is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes glow up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Tess, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Tess, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, me and Sayori never walk together anymore because she's always stayed after school for the clubs. Sure, I might as well. Yay. I'm nervous. With that, the two of us depart from the club room and make our way home. The whole day, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Your mic is so quiet. Will I really be happy spending every day? Yeah, I bought it. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess I'll start with writing a poem tonight. Uh-oh.